This is a happy news for the SMEs in the UAE. Corporate tax of 9% is not applicable for the entities whose annual revenue is less than 3 million dirhams. In today's discussion, we are going to analyze the new ministerial decision number 73 of 2023 issued in the first week of April, that is 2023, and we are going to understand mainly 2 points in this. Number 1, to whom these decisions will be applicable. Number 2, what benefits one can avail by choosing the small business relief option. Hi dears, I am Manu with you from Emirates Chartered Accountants Group ECAG. What I do is simplify tax for you. Welcome to ECAG online platform. The Article 21 of the UAE Corporate Tax Law provides special considerations for the SME sectors in terms of small business relief. Small business relief is intended to support startups and other small or micro businesses by reducing their corporate tax burden and compliance cost in the initial period. Let us understand who is eligible for the small business relief. One can apply for this business relief if the revenue in the relevant tax period and previous tax periods are 3 million or below that for each tax period. This 3 million revenue threshold will apply only for tax years ending up to 31st December 2026. That means this relief is not available from the year 2027 onwards. Let me elaborate this point with an example. If your financial year starts from 1st January and ends by 31st December, you can claim this relief from corporate tax in the year 2024 if your revenue turnover is 3 million or less than that. Same way, in the subsequent years 2025 and 2026, also you can claim relief if the turnover for the relevant tax years are 3 million or less. If your turnover is more than 3 million in the year 2025, you cannot claim the special relief in the year 2025 as well as in 2026. Who cannot elect to form the small business relief? Election to apply for small business relief shall not be applicable to number 1, qualifying free zone persons. Number 2, members of multinational enterprises groups, that is M&E groups. M&E groups are groups of companies with operations in more than one country that have consolidated group revenue of more than 3.15 billion in dirhams. Hope you are aware that for such entities, the tax rate may be 15%, that is the minimum global tax rate, once the Pillar 2 solution suggested by OECD comes into effect. That's not relevant now. I'm not discussing that in detail now. Now let us see the second part of the discussion. What are the implications once an entity chooses to adopt the small business relief option? Compliance cost will be less for the entities adopting the small business relief. That's one benefit. The authority yet to clarify the methodology how the election for this relief to be done by the entity. Our understanding as of now is that every entity has to register for corporate tax, and before the due date for filing the return, it can choose whether to opt for this business relief or not. Anyway, let us wait for the further clarifications. The other point, such businesses shall not be required to maintain transfer price and documentations as stipulated under Article 55 of the Corporate Tax Law. That's a benefit because compliance requirement is less. Suppose the entity incurs losses in a particular year, such losses can be carried forward to subsequent years in general, subject to certain conditions. However, once an entity chooses to adopt the small business relief, it cannot carry forward the losses incurred during such period. There is a cap of 30% EBITDA for claiming the net interest cost in every year, and the balance amount can be carried forward to the subsequent years by the entity for claiming the deductible expenses. If an entity chooses for this benefit relief, tax benefit relief in particular year, it cannot carry forward its interest cost incurred in that year to the subsequent periods to claim as deductible expenses. These are the special points which we have to consider. In addition to this, one should understand revenue for this purpose can be determined based on the applicable accounting standards acceptable in the UAE. Once the taxable person elects to apply small business relief provision, he shall not be eligible to claim exempt income, relief for transfer within qualifying group, and business restructuring relief, deduction on expenditure incurred, and all this. Now, let us see what is a way forward for an SME in the UAE. The business will be evaluated whether it is preferable to opt for small business relief or to pay tax of 9% in the UAE as per the UAE Corporate Tax law. One has to look into all criteria to optimize the benefit for the investor when the business are making losses in the initial years which they intend to set off against future income, or when the interest cost is intended to be claimed over a period of time, and related other matters also to be looked into. With this note, I end this video and see you with another video and corporate tax soon.